Let me give you some quick context before we get into the rankings because I want you to understand why I even did this. It's April 2026. Consumer sentiment just hit 53.3. That's worse than during COVID. We lost 92,000 jobs in February alone, and if you have credit card debt right now, you're paying nearly 20% interest on it. The average APR is 19.58%. That's not a typo, so the pressure to find additional income streams to make your money work harder than you do has never been more real for regular people. That's the world in which I tested these tools. Not during a bull run, not in some perfect backtesting environment from 2019, in the actual market chaos of right now. Here's how I ranked them. 4 criteria: ease of use, real-world performance during volatile conditions, value for what you're paying, and transparency, meaning does the tool actually explain what it's doing, or is it a black box that just asks for your trust? Let's go from worst to best. 4. Tickeron. Tickeron came into this with a lot of hype. It uses pattern recognition AI to identify trade setups, head and shoulders, double bottoms, breakout patterns, and it generates buy and sell signals based on those patterns. And honestly, in a stable market, I think Tickeron would be a solid B+. The interface is clean. The pattern recognition is genuinely impressive. I could see it working well in a trending market. But here's the problem. We are not in a stable market. We're in a tariff-driven, stagflation-threatened, headline-whipped market where patterns form and collapse before you can act on them. During my 90-day test period, Tickeron's signals had a lag problem. By the time a signal was generated and confirmed, the move had already happened. I tracked 22 signals. 14 were profitable on paper at signal generation. But when I executed at realistic entry points, only 9 were actually green at close. Cost is also a sticking point. The AI trading bots tier starts at $90 a month. For beginners who are already stretched thin, that's hard to justify based on what I saw. Tickeron isn't bad. It's just not the right tool for the market we're living in right now. 3. TrendSpider. Okay, TrendSpider is genuinely cool, and I want to be careful here because I don't want to undersell it. This is where it came in 3rd instead of 4th. TrendSpider's whole thing is automated technical analysis. It draws trend lines, identifies support and resistance levels, and flags patterns, all using AI. So you don't have to spend 3 hours staring at charts trying to find setups manually. The multi-time frame analysis is the best I've seen in any retail platform. Period. Where I struggled with TrendSpider is that it's a research and analysis tool more than an execution tool. It tells you what to look at. It doesn't trade for you. And if you're a discretionary trader who wants to get sharper, faster, and more data-driven, TrendSpider is genuinely excellent. I use it for my own chart work. But if you're someone who came to this video because you want a system that runs while you're at work, TrendSpider alone isn't that. It's the scalpel. You still have to be the surgeon. Pricing starts around $50 a month on the annual plan, which is fair for what you get. If you use the link in the description, you can get an extended free trial to test it yourself before committing. 2. Trade ideas. This one surprised me. Trade Ideas has been around for a while. It's not a shiny new startup. And I think that's actually a point in its favor. The centerpiece of Trade Ideas is an AI named Holly. Holly runs millions of simulations overnight, builds a list of high probability trade setups for the next trading day, and delivers them to you every morning before the market opens. It's like having a quant analyst working through the night on your behalf. During my test period, Holly's pre-market picks had a win rate I was not expecting. Over my 90-day window, I tracked 31 of Holly's top-rated setups. 22 finished the day green. That's a 71% directional accuracy, and that's in a market that's been absolutely punishing. The catch? TrendSpider is expensive. The premium plan with Holly is $228 a month, or around $167 a month if you go annual. That is a real commitment, and I won't pretend otherwise. But if you are an active day trader or swing trader who is already paying for data and scanners separately, this consolidates a lot of that into one platform that genuinely performs. There's a link in the description with a discount code. I'd recommend using the free trial first and specifically testing Holly's morning reports for 2 weeks before you decide. Okay, number one. Composer. Composer is the tool I'm still using, and it won this ranking for one specific reason. It gives regular people without coding skills, without quant finance backgrounds, the ability to build, test, and run fully automated trading strategies on their own portfolio. Here's how it works. You use Composer's no-code editor to build a strategy. You define rules. If this momentum indicator crosses this threshold, buy this ETF. If volatility spikes above this level, rotate into cash or bonds. You backtest that strategy against real historical data, and then you deploy it, and it executes automatically in your brokerage account. No watching charts all day. No emotional decisions at 2 p.m. when a headline drops and your gut is screaming at you to panic sell. I built 3 strategies in Composer during my test period. One was a simple momentum rotation between SPY, QQQ, and TLT based on moving average signals. One was a volatility-adjusted defensive strategy that tilts toward bonds when the VAX spikes. And one was a more aggressive single stock momentum play. The momentum rotation strategy returned 11.3% during my 90-day test window. The market, as measured by a simple buy and hold on SPY, returned 2.1% over the same period in between the massive swings. The defensive strategy did its job, and it didn't make huge gains, but it protected capital during the 3 major drawdown periods we had. Now here's what I have to say clearly. Past performance, even in backtests and even in a 90-day live test, does not guarantee future results. I am not your financial advisor. These are my personal experiences with real money, and your results will vary based on the strategies you build and the risk you take. But Composer starts at $90 a month for the basic tier. That is accessible. That is something a 30-year-old who's worried about their job security can actually afford to test. The link in the description gets you started. And they have pre-built strategy templates if you want to start with something proven before you build your own. The final rankings. Number 4, Tickeron, better suited for a trending, stable market. Not this one. Number 3, TrendSpider, best AI chart analysis tool available, but it's a research tool, not an autopilot. Number 2, TrendSpider. Holly's morning reports are legitimately impressive if you're an active trader who can act on them. Number 1, Composer, best combination of accessibility, automation, and real-world results in a volatile market. And look, the right tool for you depends on who you are. If you're a hands-on day trader who loves charts, TrendSpider plus TrendSpider is a powerful combo. If you want something that runs without you babysitting it, Composer is where I'd start. All 4 links are in the description. I want to be transparent. Some of those are affiliate links, which means I may earn a commission if you sign up. That said, I paid full price to test all of these myself, and I'm telling you honestly which ones I cancelled. Here's the bigger picture. The old playbook of buy index funds and wait 30 years is not being abandoned. It's still the foundation. But in 2026, with stagflation, job losses, and a consumer sentiment near historic lows, more and more people need their money to work actively, not passively. These tools exist to help with that. They're not magic, but in the right hands with realistic expectations, they are genuinely useful. If this video helped you cut through the noise, hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach people who need this information, and subscribe. Because next week I'm doing something no one else in this space has done. I'm taking the exact composer strategy that returned 11.3% in my test, and I'm going to walk you through building it from scratch, step by step, for free. If you've been curious about Composer but don't know where to start, that video is going to be your complete roadmap. You don't want to miss it.